Boom, yes, I got it. Third try. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're talking getting shredded. How I went from lean to shredded, calories, macros, exact process, all the things in a sustainable and, dare I say, enjoyable way. We're talking dieting, baby. What is going on, my friend? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian DaCosta of ShreddedForLife.com. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, dropping that first like, dropping that first comment, and if you've been around for a while, you know the deal. I don't even gotta say it. Thank you so much. Trust, time, words. Let's get into the video. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna get right into the details of exactly how I got super shredded for this competition season 2019. So competed in 3 shows. First show was the WMBF Muscle Mayhem on the West Coast in Sacramento. This was in late July. Next 2 shows were one was this past weekend and one was the weekend before. It's October, late October, Halloween's tomorrow. Halloween, don't have a costume yet, it's all good. It was first the Tampa Natural Pro, where I got my pro card as a natural bodybuilder down in Florida. And then this past weekend, Saturday, was the Yorton Cup Natural Bodybuilding World Championship. Be a little irresponsible if I didn't say this before. I'm creating this video simply because it may be interesting to you to see exactly how I got ready, but everything I share is gonna be unique to me, based on my training experience, my muscle mass, my metabolism, all of these things. So prep for show number 1, WMBF Muscle Mayhem in Sacramento. Started this in March. So this was an 18-week prep. The show was on July 20th on a Saturday. Shows are usually on Saturdays. And prior to this, so coming into the contest prep, I was in a great position. I was 213 pounds, so just about the heaviest I've ever weighed. The heaviest I've ever weighed myself on a scale is 216 pounds, and this is about 12% body fat for myself. I was not tracking calories and had not tracked calories or macros for 2 years, and my maintenance, if I could guess, and what I was eating in average for the week was in between 3,300 calories to 3,500 calories. Now, some days would be above, some days I'd be up to almost 5,000 calories. Some days I may have only taken in 2,000 calories, but this was the estimate. So then we got to working. Starting at 18 weeks out, it was low carb days and high carb days. 5 low carb days, 2 high carb days. These were on Saturday and Sunday. Low carb days being Monday through Friday. Low carb values, 225 grams of protein. And this protein number, guys, has not changed at all. Since I started any of the shows, it's always been 225 grams of protein. Carbs, fats manipulate a little bit. So we started at 260 grams of carbs on low days, 90 grams of fat, 100 grams of fat on low days. And then on the high days, we increased the carbs to 330 grams and decreased the fats to 90 grams. Maybe looking at this right now like, dude, your fats are pretty damn high. I've always been that way. I've always been someone who really likes eating fat, and I can tolerate lower carb. So I'm not sure if it's a Mediterranean thing. I'm Portuguese and Italian. I think that may have something to do with it. Plus just conditioning over time. The fact that I do like to have fats. I love my peanut butter. It has just worked. So this is how things looked up until about 4 weeks out from the show. On the activity side of things, so weight training and cardio. Cardio was 1 session per week. I like going out for runs, so I do 6 to 7 mile run at a moderate pace, and the weight training was as normal, just 6 days a week as I normally do. This is exactly how things stayed from 18 weeks out to 4 weeks out. No shifts whatsoever in nutrition, no shifts in training. 4 weeks out, we decreased the macros, the calories, got to get a little bit more serious. So 194 pounds at this point, so great progress over a 3-month period. And we went down to, I believe it was 230 carb and 90 fat. And then on the high days, we did 300 grams of carb and 75 fat. Cardio shifted. Cardio went to daily cardio, 30 minutes incline walking on the treadmill at about 3 miles an hour. And this is for another video, but it's important to shift cardio away from doing intense stuff as you're getting super low body fat percentage because of the stress on the body. Controversy on this as well, so I'm not looking to bring that into the video, but we'll say I shifted cardio, decreased macros. Now to 1 week out, this is where things will shift this is highly individualized, but for me personally, we went to deplete. So basically get that last bit of fat off, We're a week out at this point, so all the hard work has really been done slowly but surely over the last 17 weeks. So I had a couple depletion days. We got down to 200 grams of carb, 75 grams of fat. Obviously protein has stayed the same. Cardio was at 2 hours, incline walking at 3 miles an hour on the treadmill. I believe I just said that, but 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, the week prior to the show. And then leading up to the first show, cardio was decreasing as carbs were increasing. Fats, protein, pretty much stayed the same. And this got me to a great place. This got me to a great place for my first natural bodybuilding show. I made it to the final. I was top 3. I won my class in the heavyweight division, and it was honestly an amazing time. The WMBF Natural Muscle Mayhem pulls out a lot of amazing people in the natural bodybuilding space. A lot of individuals I know from online, and it was just such a cool experience. So different from when I competed a couple years ago through the NPC, which I'll just say it was a different vibe. Different vibe. So let's go ahead and switch gears. Competition 2, competition 3. So this is Tampa, this is DC, the Orton Cup. Didn't mention it before, but I hit 190 pounds as a low weigh-in and was probably on stage at about 192, 193 in Sacramento for the first show. Took a week after that to pretty much just chill out. I was with my mom, my sister, they came out to the West Coast, and when I say chill out, I didn't really track my nutrition at all for a week. Didn't go crazy, but I pretty much ate as I normally would, but just didn't track. I was definitely eating a bit more. If I guess maybe 500 calories a day or so more, and then dove it back into things for shows 2 and 3. And honestly, I wasn't even planning on doing these shows, but I wanted to win a show. I wanted to fucking win a show. So we went ahead and did that in show number 2. And anyways, this is how we started. So started about 192. Did I start at 192? Yeah, I did. Started about 192 pounds for this prep, and this one 12 weeks, 12 and 13 weeks respectively. On the nutrition side of things, 250 grams of protein, 280 carb, 90 fat. On the cardio and training side of things, so the activity, training as normal. I've always kept training 6 days a week. That really hasn't shifted at all, nor does it ever. And then the cardio was pretty much 1 cardio session per week. If I have it my way, I like to go out for a run like once a week. So there's not like any specific science behind why I'm doing 1 cardio session per week. It's like what I enjoy doing, just getting a little bit of extra calorie burn for the week. And this led us straight up until 6-7 weeks out, where we kick things up a notch. And by kick it up a notch, we decrease macros, decrease carbs to 230 grams, decrease fat to 75 grams. And we shifted over to daily cardio. I'll be saving that for another video, but I was basically walking about 6 miles a day at a very slow pace. This shift happened right at about 188 pounds. So doing the math from the start, started at 213 pounds down to 188. That's what? 25 pounds of weight loss. Fat loss is less than that. I'd say anywhere from 16, 17 pounds or so. I'm getting down there, guys, probably around 5%, 6% body fat here. These are estimates. So after this shift, this took us clear until a week and 2 weeks out. A week out from Tampa, and the lowest weigh-in I saw on the scale that I actually measured was 184 pounds. Oh man, 184 pounds, but I definitely believe I have seen lower than that. I believe I've seen 182 just by judging in the mirror. I didn't have a scale with me to weigh myself because I didn't take it traveling with me, but waking up and looking in the mirror, I was so depleted and lean. It was a look I had never ever seen before, so I wouldn't be surprised if I was 182, maybe even 181. And that took us to, like I said, 1 week out, and then we had a couple low days at, again, similar to the first show, 200 grams of carb, 75 grams of fat, and then from there, gradually increase the carbs, gradually increase the fats a little bit. Protein stayed the same, cardio was gradually decreasing. And that was that, my friends. And then, so we won the Tampa Natural, which I'm super pumped about. Got my pro card there, won the overall. And then because I became a pro, it was like, yo, a week later, the Orton Cup, the Natural Bodybuilding World Championships is in DC. Let's go ahead and freaking see what we can do there. And decided to stay on the East Coast. I hung out in Miami for a bit, visited a couple friends that I hadn't seen in a while, and then headed up to DC about midweek, Wednesday, Thursday. I honestly forget at this point. I'm ready to go home, guys, honestly. I'm ready to go home. Headed up to DC, and through this week, it was like, let's replicate the peak week for Tampa again. So I depleted down, decreased my carbs again right away, and then it was a gradual walk up in carbohydrates leading up to the Orton Cup. And here I did a couple high carbohydrate days. Also did this for Tampa, had 2 high days, 450 grams of carbs for 2 days, as opposed to what I did for my first show on the West Coast, the Muscle Mayhem, which was 1 high carb day. I needed to fill out more. I needed more time, and then we went ahead and did the Orton. Did not place, but had a great showing that I'm pleased with. I'm very proud of what I brought to the stage and have some great notes to carry for going forward. But guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Again, this is definitely in the nitty-gritty. For those of you who are more well-versed in this type of stuff, it's probably just super maybe interesting to you. For those of you who have not looked at stuff like this a lot, I can understand how it can be very overwhelming. Like, holy, what the, like, dude, you're like crazy regimented. Yeah, it is. It is fairly regimented, but honestly, because I've been doing stuff similar to this for almost 10 years at this point, been tracking macros on and off for 10 years, this doesn't feel like a lot of work to me because I'm used to it. And we can go in on that on another video when it comes to just building great habits, creating subconscious habits so it doesn't feel like just a big burden. But guys, like this, while like it laid out looks like super like, dude, you're like obsessive level regimented. When it plays out over the days and the weeks, you can still live a life, have fun, go out, do things, fit foods in your nutrition and your daily macros within reason, and just have a good time. And that's the thing that I'm most proud of with these shows, guys, is I've never felt like absolute dick, just like complete horribleness. Maybe like 1 or 2 days out of the whole prep, probably the depletion days, to be honest. And besides that, it's just been super fun. I've never felt like I've been in a period of lack or just like super hungry or food focused. It's been none of that. And that's just such a huge win. If you guys have any questions on this, go ahead, comment below. I'm always gonna be a firm believer in flexible dieting, in a method of eating where you can eat what you want within reason, still honoring your body, but also fitting in foods that you love. That's the right way to do things, guys. And of course I'm biased, but it works. It just simply works, guys. You don't have to go to crazy measures to build the body that you would like to. So that's for another video. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you've been around for a while, again, thank you so much for giving me your trust and your time. We'll be back on the channel very soon with some training, with what my plans are post-show, because I know some of you might be wondering what I'm doing, and I got some big plans, so we'll talk about that later. Peace.